Hello to my wonderful student. My name is Maria Tusise and I am the teacher who will talk to you on the radio. You can call me Mrs. Sise. I wish I could see you in person, but I know that you'll listen carefully and you'll do your best. But first, I have a question for my friends here. Students, I want you to think about how many times you've washed your hands today. There are a few important times you should be washing your hands. You can think when those times will be. Can you think about those times? Right now, it is important that you wash your hands with soap many times in a day. When I call out the time to wash your hands, you're going to respond with, wash your hands for 20 seconds. Now let's go. After you go to the bathroom,
wash your hands for 20 seconds.
Before and after you eat,
wash your hands for 20 seconds.
After you sneeze or cough,
wash your hands for 20 seconds.
After you touch something that is not your own,
wash your hands for 20 seconds.
Very good. It is important to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds because this will protect you and your family from getting certain kinds of diseases such as coronavirus. Can you practice a hand washing song from yesterday? Ready? Let's go. Wash your hands with soap and water. Wash your hands with soap and water. Wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds. One more time. Wash your hands with soap and water. Wash your hands with soap and water. Wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds. Excellent. Thank you. Students, remember, if we teach our family and friends this important lesson, we can help protect them and ourselves too. RIGHTS. Right. The government wants to protect children and to guarantee their rights. Do you remember what a right is?
Yes. A right is something that every person deserves in order to live a good life.
Very good. You have an excellent memory. The government has made a law that protects your rights. One of the most important rights you have as a child is a right to an education. That means if you are a child and you are forced to work on the farm instead of going to school, your parent or guardian is breaking the law. Do you understand?
So you mean the government wants all children to go to school?
You're exactly right, my dear. The government says that children should start going to school once they see their 5th birthday. Remember, when you were in ABC class or nursery, your parents put you in school because they know you how important it is for you to learn, but also because the government has made it a law. Education is your right, and the government wants to ensure that you have that right. That is another reason why you are learning on the radio right now, because you have a right to learn. It is so important that you listen closely to your lessons, especially right now when I am not in front of you as a teacher. When you learn, you are making this country a better place. Now it is time for our lesson. Today we have another reading session and I'm feeling great because I know we'll do lots of fun activities. How are you feeling today? Remember, last time we practiced the sentence, machines dig iron ore out from the mountain. We talked about iron, machines, water, minerals, and crops. We practice blending sounds to read and write the words like clap, slab, flip, flat, blot, slug, glebe, and cloth. We practice arranging words to write a sentence. Last, we read and discussed the passage about rainforest. I also want to tell your families about the great work you did in your assignment. Hello, families! Please ask your child about the assignment they did to make an advertisement about why it is important to protect rainforest. They did a great job. We have 6 fun activities to do today. Number 1, we'll do an activity called sentence warm-up. Number 2, we'll do an activity called brilliant blending. Number 3, we'll do an activity called write and read. Number 4, we'll do an activity called listen and write. Number 5, we'll do an activity called sentence scramble. Number 6, we'll do an activity called read aloud. Now let's have a great class together. First, it's time for a sentence warm-up. Today, our practice sentence is: rainforests have a high amount of rainfall. You listen while I say sentences 2 times and you say it together. Ready? Listen first. Rainforests have a high amount of rainfall. Rainforests have a high amount of rainfall. Okay, when I say your turn, then you can all say it together with me. Ready? Your turn.
Rainforests have a high amount of rainfall.
One more time.
Rainforests have a high amount of rainfall.
When I hear the sentence, rainforests have a high amount of rainfall, I think about lots of water coming out of the sky. In rainforests, it rains a lot to keep the plants green all the time. Rainforest is a word to talk about the amount of rain a place usually gets. I want you to think about how you will do a drama for the sentence, rainforests have a high amount of rainfall. Will you be a tree soaking up on the water? What about you? Will you be a big cloud full of rain? Will you be a raindrop falling from the sky? Now I'll give you 5 seconds to think about how you will do a drama to show the sentence. Rainforests have a high amount of rainfall. I hope you have your drama ideas ready. Now I'll say the sentence and you will do your drama. Ready? Your turn. Rainforests have a high amount of rainfall. Wow! The students here did a wonderful drama for me. I wish I could see your beautiful dramas at home too. But I'm sure you did a great job. Now I have some questions for you. When I ask the question, if the answer is yes, stand up. If the answer is no, sit down. If the answer is yes, please stand up. And if the answer is no, you sit down. Let's begin. First question. Is rainfall good for plants? Next question. Is rainfall good for restaurants? Is rainfall good for crops? Next question. Wonderful job answering those questions. Now closely at the word rainforest. I wonder if you can tell me how many syllables there word rainforest. You will listen while I clap the syllables in the word. Then I'll tell you when it is your time to try. Ready? Listen. Rainforest. Rainforest. Ready? Your turn.
Rainforest.
One more time.
Rainforest.
How many syllables are there in rainforest?
3 syllables.
Yes, there are 3 syllables. Rainforest is one word with 3 syllables. Is mountain a noun, verb, or an adjective? Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing.
Rainforest is a noun.
Good. Rainforest is a plural noun, which means it describes more than one forest. The word rainforest is a singular, and the word rainforests is plural. Now it is time for brilliant blending. Are you ready? At the beginning of a word, sometimes we have one sound, and sometimes we have two sounds. Today we will practice some words that have two sounds at the beginning of the word. First, I want you to listen. Number 1, first you listen. Sk-a-m, scam. At the beginning, we have two sounds, s and k, that make sk. Sk-a-m, scam. Sk-a-m, scam. Now you can try. Ready? Your turn.
Sk-a-m, scam.
Again.
Sk-a-m, scam.
Number 2. First, you listen. Sp-e-d, sped. At the beginning, we have two sounds, s and p, that make sp. Sp-e-d, sped. Sp-e-d, sped. Now you can try. Ready? Your turn.
Sp-e-d, sped.
Again.
Sp-e-d, sped.
Number 3. First you listen. Sk-i-m, skim. In sk, we have two sounds, s and k, that make sk. Sk-i-m, skim. Sk-i-m, skim. Now you can try. Ready? Your turn.
Sk-i-m, skim.
Again.
Sk-i-m, skim.
Number 4. First, you listen. Sp-a-t, spat. In sp, we have two sounds, s and p, that make sp. Sp-a-t, spat. Sp-a-t, spat. Now you can try. Ready? Your turn.
Sp-a-t, spat.
Again.
Sp-a-t, spat.
Number 5. First, you listen. Sp-i-n, spin. In sp, we have two sounds, s and p, that make sp. Sp-i-n, spin. Sp-i-n, spin. Now you can try. Ready? Your turn.
Sp-i-n, spin.
Again.
Sp-i-n, spin.
Number 6. First, you will listen. Sk-a-b, scab. In sk, we have two sounds, s and k, that make sk. Sk-a-b, scab. Sk-a-b, scab. Now you can try. Ready? Your turn.
Sk-a-b, scab.
Again.
Sk-a-b, scab.
Number 7. First, you will listen. Spawn. Spawn. In sp, you have two sounds, s and p, that make sp. Spawn. 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 Now you can try. Ready? Your turn.
Spawn.
Again.
Spawn.
Excellent work. Now I'm going to spell a word for you to write. Then you will read the word together. Number 1. Write the word spelled s-k-a-m. Now try to read and pronounce this word on your own. Listen while I sound out the word. The letters S and C together make the sound sk. A makes the sound A, and M makes the sound M. Your turn.
Scam. Scam.
Number 2. Write the word spelled S-K-I-M. Now try to read and pronounce this word on your own. Listen while I sound out the word. Sk-I-M. Sk-I-M. The letters S, K together make the sound sk. E makes the sound I makes the sound E, and M makes the sound M. Your turn.
Scheme. Scheme.
Number 3. Write the word spelled S, I, N. S, P, I, N. Now try to read and pronounce this word on your own. Listen while I sound out the word. Sp, I, N. Sp, I, N. The letters SP together make the sound sp. I makes the sound E, and N makes the sound N. Your turn.
Spin. Spin.
Number 4. Write the word spelled sp. Oh. N. Sp. Oh. N. Now try to read and pronounce the word on your own. Listen while I sound out the word. Sp, a, n. Sp, a, n. The letters SP together make the sound sp. U makes the sound a, and N makes the sound n. Your turn.
Spawn. Spawn.
You were working very hard today. Now let's do a small brain break to celebrate. We'll do a breathing exercise. Please stand up. Now breathe in and raise your hand above your head. Pause. Breathe out. And put your hand down. Breathe in. Again, raise your hand above your head. Pause. Breathe out. Put your hand down. For the last time, breathe in. Raise your hand above your head. Pause. Breathe out. Put your hand down. Well done. Are you ready to listen and write? Please take out your notebook and pencil and get ready to listen carefully. I'll say a word and I want you to write it. Number 1, write the word sped. Sped. Number 2, write the word spat. Spat. Number 3, write the word scab. Scab. Number 4, write the word skip. Skip. Good job. Now we're going to check and see if you wrote your words correctly. Ready? Let's remember the letter C and the letter K make the same K sound. Don't worry if you get confused between C and K. That is something that happens to me too sometimes. Number 1. Sped has the sound sp, d, and it is spelled S-P-E-D. Number 2. Spat Spat has the sound sp, a, t, and it is spelled S-P-A-T. Number 3. Scab has the sounds sk, a, b, and it is spelled S-C-A-B. Number 4. Skip has the sounds sk, I, p, and it is spelled S-K-I-P. Great job! Now it is time for sentence scramble. Are you ready for sentence scramble? I'll give you some phrases and you have to rearrange them into a sentence that makes sense. Ready? Write these 4 phrases. A chip, spit, on the man, I. You should have 5 words of phrase written. Again, the words are a chip, spit, on the man, I. Now take 1 minute to organize those phrases into a sentence that makes sense. I'll give you 1 minute to work on it. Keep trying. I know you can do it. Please do your best. I can feel that you are doing very hard. You're working so hard. Keep on trying. You have 30 seconds more. 5 seconds. Okay. Let's try to make a sentence together. First, I am going to look for the verb. A verb is the action word. Can you find an action word?
Yes, the verb is spit.
So in this sentence, someone spits something. What is the thing that someone spits?
Chip.
That's right. Someone spits a chip. Where did the person spit the chip?
On the man.
Oh my goodness. Someone spit a chip on the man. Who would do such a terrible thing? What is the word that is left?
I.
Oh no. I spit a chip on the man? I am so embarrassed. Okay, let's read it together. Ready? Your turn.
I spit a chip on the man. I spit a chip on the man.
Remember, when we write a sentence, the first word should start with a capital letter and the end of the sentence should have a punctuation. This is a statement, so please put a full stop at the end. Let me tell you what happened after I spit a chip on the man. The man got mad. See if you can write that sentence too. The man got mad. Wow. Now, our last activity today is read aloud. I'm going to read you another non-fiction passage about natural resources. Non-fiction means a passage about things that are real. This text comes from the Accelerated Quality Education Level 2 Teacher Guides and Learner Workbook series by USAID and the Ministry of Education. This passage is called Growing and Selling Rubber. Hearing that title makes me ask questions like, how is rubber grown? How is rubber sold? What happened to rubber that is grown and sold? Let's listen carefully and see what we can learn from this passage. Growing and selling rubber. When we sell goods to other countries, we say we export them. The money a country gets from selling rubber becomes a capital resource. They can use it to build schools, pay for goods they must buy from other countries, and invest in their economy. The need for rubber is still growing. It is used to make rubber gloves for hospitals, tires for cars, dishes, and other things.
Most rubber trees are grown on big farms called plantations. They hire many workers. Small farmers also tap rubber trees. Often, they sell the big plantations, which are the big rubber farms.
Currently, there are two levels of rubber production. The farmers with smaller farms who sell their products at very low prices, and the large rubber plantation that buy and export. There are places nearby they can take it to sell.
Wow, what an interesting reading. Based on what we've learned, maybe we can answer some of the questions we had at the beginning.
In the passage, I remember reading the sentences. Most rubber trees are grown on big farms called plantations. They hire many workers. Small farmers also tap rubber trees.
How is rubber grown?
Let me think. In the passage, I remember reading the sentences. There are two levels of rubber production. The farmers with smaller farms who sell their products at very low prices, and the large rubber plantation that buy and export.
Yes, the passage talks about two levels of production. Production means how things are made or produced. The big farms, the plantations, are the ones who export rubbers. Export means that plantations sell rubbers to other countries. The small farmers do not export rubber. They sell the rubber to other people in their country. Now, what happened to the rubber that is grown and sold?
I know. In the passage, I remember reading the sentences. The need for rubber is still growing. It is used to make rubber gloves for hospitals, tires for cars, dishes, and other things.
Yes, the passage tells us that rubber is used in manufacturing different things like gloves, tires, and dishes. So people who grow rubbers sometimes need to sell the rubber to factories in other countries. It is possible that the tires on the cars driving around were made in other countries with rubber that are grown in a different country. Now, I have an assignment for you students. I want you to imagine the journey of a small drop of rubber starting from a tree, being collected by a farmer, sold to another country, then going through a factory to turn into something that people want, then going into a store and being bought by someone to take home. Let me go over it again. Now I have an assignment that says, I want you to just sit. Imagine the journey of a small drop of rubber, starting from a tree, being collected by a farmer, sold to another country, then going through a factory to turn into something that people want, then going into a store and being bought by someone to take home. Then you are to write about the journey that you take as a drop of rubber as you go through all the different stages of being grown, sold, and then turn into something new. Remember to complete these assignments before the next lesson. You are to write about that journey that you take as a drop of rubber as you go through all the different stages of being grown, sold, and then turned into something new. Okay, students, before we go, let's recap what we've learned today. We practiced the sentence, rainforests have a high amount of rainfall. We practiced blending sounds to read and write the words like scam, sped, skim, spat, spin, scab, spawn, and skip. We practice arranging words to write a sentence. Last, we read and discussed the passage growing and selling rubber. Boys and girls, that is the end of our class today. We are so happy you are here with us, and we hope to talk to you soon again.